everybody. Welcome back live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well out there. Getting through the, what was a cold start to February. Hopefully you're getting through the wintertime okay. Actually, I kind of like this topic on a winter day here in February. I got some swimmers in the house. That kind of makes me think of summer, even though it's not a summer sport. Hey, guys, how are you? We got Clippers. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right, let's introduce our stuff. So we got Abriana Cronstrom. Oh, we talked about. I knew I was going to get it wrong. Abriana Cronstrom.
Yes.
That was the tough name today.
Cronstrom.
Man, both of them are hard.
It's okay.
All right, fine. I did not good. Emily Alford, hello, in the middle.
Hi.
And Jacob Hoffman. You guys have the easier names of the trio. All right, well, very good. So first of all, you guys, the girls are coming off titles. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Tell everybody what you won.
So we won the dual champion title for being 5-0 on all of our dual meets,
Yeah.
and we also won the Cal Open meet title, so the big championship meet at the end.
Okay, very cool. So, and the breakdown of the team is interesting. So let's give everybody the background on who comes together to make the team and all that. Talk nice and loud into those mics too, just to help me out if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to take that one, it's fine. How many communities? And...
Yeah, so it's 3 different schools: Newburyport, Newburyport, Pentucket, and Triton.
Oh, okay.
Georgetown is part of the team, but we don't have any swimmers this year.
Oh, okay. No swimmers in Georgetown. What's going on?
Yeah.
It's a small school, so
Yeah.
we did have one last year, but it's a small school, so it's hard to get swimmers from over there.
Okay. Emily, is it how big is the team?
It's pretty big. I think that this year we had around 45 kids. I think it was like 43 to be exact, which sometimes
big
makes
team.
things makes things hard with only 2 coaches. But it was definitely a lot of fun.
All right. That's good. Go ahead, Jacob. Yeah.
I also just want to mention, we want to give a big congrats to our head coach, Rebecca Burrell. She won the Coach of the Year award at the Cal Open.
Yeah.
So congrats to her. And we
Yeah.
recently had a new assistant coach, Kelly, and she's been doing absolutely amazing this year. And if you are from Georgetown or you are from the participating schools, we'd really love you guys to come and join. I think that'd be great. We have a great program in getting kids ready and getting up to the competitive level to get you ready to race.
Look at
Yeah.
you, like a
Nice.
professional recruiter here.
I
My
know.
goodness. That was well done there, Jacob. Well, that's
Thank
cool.
you.
Did you expect that to come for your coach, or was that a surprise?
Well, we love her and we think that she definitely deserves it, but really it could have been anybody. So we were just
Yeah.
super grateful and proud of
Yeah,
that matter.
This is the second year that she has gotten this award. She got this award last year too.
Oh.
I mean, like Jacob said, we're all so proud of her. She's an amazing coach. She's an
Yeah.
amazing coach.
So she's becoming like a powerhouse coach in the
Oh,
kid
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, start getting all the hardware. That's good stuff. What is it? Is it weird having like the? I'm trying to think. I don't think we had swimming. I'm from Danvers. I don't think we had swimming when I was in high school. No, we must have. Yeah, we did. We must have. Is it always like a winter sport? It always feels like a weird winter sport to me. Like, you know what I mean?
I think so there are some schools that do as a fall sport.
Yeah.
Like they'll do like maybe girls in the fall and then like boys in the winter or vice
Yeah.
versa. So I guess it depends on the school and how many sports they have per season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
46 people though. That's a big team. Where is the home pool?
I'm right at the YWCA and Newburyport.
Okay, so that's everybody comes there. So that's always your home meet is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking with the different communities. I didn't know if you had other home sites, but okay. Is there a favorite pool for this team? Is there you like dominate in one?
Ooh, I would say there's like there's different parts of the pool. Like when we went to Austin Prep, their pool was really nice. We call it a fast pool. You seem really fast in it. But then other pools
What
are
makes
really
it
like,
fast?
I don't know.
Something about the density of the
Yeah,
water.
It's like it's a weird swimmer thing, like the density or the texture of the water. If it's like thick or slimy, that's just not a fun
know.
pool to swim in. Or if it's cold, the colder the pool is, the better it is, the faster.
The faster
it is.
you are, yeah.
The warmer the pool, the slower it is. It doesn't
Yeah.
make a lot of sense until you know.
Yeah, at
what it
Cal's,
means.
we were all joking. We got in for warm up, and we were all talking with our friends. I was like, "This pool's really thick," and I went home and told my parents. They're like, "It's water," and I'm like, "No, it was thick. It was
You
thick
just
water."
don't understand.
We practice in a variety of different pools, though. Well, we practice in the YW, but we've been to meets at places like Gordon College as well as other YMs, like the one in Burbank, the Beverly. And then we recently had our Cal Open at the YM in Marblehead. So
Okay.
we get around a lot. for
That's
sure.
funny to talk to. That's like inside baseball swimmer stuff. Though I wouldn't think it would be that noticeable, but you all are like, oh no, there's absolutely fast pools and there are slow pools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very good. So besides that, though, is there like is there one place you feel comfortable at more than other? You all have the same favorite venue?
No, personally, I like Gordon College. I think
Ooh.
their pool is it's always really clean there.
That was
and-
good.
Is it that's a fast one?
Yeah, Hamilton 1M practices there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's your favorite?
Yeah,
You
for
two?
sure.
Well,
Same? Do you say the same?
I mean, I've swam in so many different pools
You don't
after
even-
swimming for 10 years. So for
You
me,
don't have a
it's-
favorite?
I know. Not around here. My favorite's probably Princeton University. Their pool's
Wow.
really nice. I've gone to like swim camps there and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Very good. Would you like to add?
yeah,
You're like, I
Yeah.
also love Princeton University.
yes, no, haven't swam there, unfortunately. But yeah, Austin Prep was a pretty good one. And then, like Jacob said, Gordon College was pretty good too.
Gotcha. How does a swim meet play out? Because a lot of it is it more like relays or like I said, I never did swim team when I was in. Like, is it a lot more relays or more individual combination?
Yeah, it's a pretty good combination. So we usually start the meets with the relay. We do a 200 medley, which is 200 yards.
Yeah.
And each person, there's 4 of us, each one swims a 50 yards of each stroke.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah.
starting with backstroke, then breaststroke, then butterfly, and then freestyle.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if we can at meets, if there's a diving board, if there's room, we'll start with diving. Sometimes if there's not enough, like if the pool just doesn't have a diving board, then they'll have separate meets for that. But we do typically start with diving, and then we start with relays.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes into individuals, then more relays, and then more individual events, and then another relay at the end.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's interesting. Did you, when you're doing the long swims, here, ready? I'm going to ask you a lot of amateur questions, by the way.
Okay.
So you can laugh at me if you want, but just don't mean it because it'll hurt my feelings. But if you, have you ever had a moment where like you're in the middle of a race or doing whatever, and like I don't know, something happens, like get water in your mouth or something. Like I would pull up and still try to breathe again. Like, is there ever any issues there that derail you, or are you guys just trained to know how not to make those mistakes?
As much as you can train, those do happen.
They do?
all the time.
Ah, that
Those
makes me
can
feel
always
better.
happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like along with like taking in water or whatever, there's also like a lot of mental things. Like I swam the 500 the other night, never before, and it was like other people who also did it were like, that was so hard to get through. Like I just wanted to get up and out of the pool, but
You had never done it before?
no.
Oh.
My friends volunteered me, and graciously our coach was like, yes, I will put you in this.
Okay.
So it was fun, but I didn't do it again. So
Fun but tiring.
yes.
What's the what do you like? Are you thinking? Do you get into a zone? Like, what's going through your head when you're doing that for the first time?
Honestly, when I swim, I have a song going through my head, but I also
Interesting.
don't really think. Like I think about really nothing.
Just to
I
be
mean,
just to be clear, it's not like you're wearing earbuds. It's
No, no.
Actually, you're just
yeah,
in your
it's
head.
like the same like
Yeah.
verse of a song's going through my head that I heard on the radio in the
What were
morning.
you listening to? Tell everybody.
I don't really remember for my 500,
Was
but
it
a lot of the time
Rihanna?
it was just like, maybe that. Yeah, a lot of the time it's just like a TikTok that I watched like right before I went to practice or
Oh.
like
Yeah.
that. So
Stuck with you?
yeah.
Do you guys do that too? Do you have the music thing in your head, or not so much?
Sometimes, especially on our way to the meets, we like to get all hyped up on the bus. We usually have a playlist, and
Oh,
then
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
super exciting.
So that stuff sticks with you.
yeah, it really
Yeah.
You're
does.
nodding as well.
Well, yeah, it's just like, especially in practice, it's like I'll just be having a song for my head.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little too much, and then I don't realize how much I've swum or what else I'm
Yeah.
supposed to do. But
Yeah.
But luckily with the 500, that's the only event that we have counters for, so you don't have to count your laps for
Yeah,
you.
so
Other
you
people
have
will do
someone
it
to
with
help you.
boards. and-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's good stuff. So it's and the how about like practices? There's like music blasting in the pool, or is it like what that typical school environment where you're just hearing voices bounce off the wall?
Yeah.
Ooh, that
Well,
sounded good.
at the beginning of practice, there's usually a group in the like small warm water pool.
Yeah.
Behind the 25-yard pool, so we usually have the divider down, and so we usually don't play music just to respect the other users of the facility.
Oh, that's sweet.
But once other people leave and the pool closes down, then we'll turn on a speaker and we'll play some music.
Gotcha. It must be kind of a fun sport to be doing this time of year because it's I don't know. I feel like one, it's a really great way to get exercise during the wintertime. We were just talking about that with a guest the other day, about how that's how I was asking him how he stays in shape so well, and he said swimming. That's his big thing. And you guys are all, all the swimmers are all in good shape. So would you agree it's a good workout? You feel great after swim meet, swim practice?
Yeah, absolutely. Swimming works a lot of muscles
It
in your
does,
body
doesn't
that
it?
you don't usually.
You guys ever
work on a
sore?
daily
I feel like that's good for
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how you know you got a good practice.
when you're
Yeah.
sore.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's the? Do you all have like different strengths? Are you all like specialists in certain things? The three of you, or
Yeah.
I mean, my best are I'm a sprinter, so I am better at swimming the shorter stuff and the faster stuff.
in a cold pool?
Yeah. My best event is the 100-yard backstroke.
Okay.
I would say I'm pretty similar. My best event is the 50 free, but I also like to do the 100 fly and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, what's that
really
one? What's the
count for
fly?
Anything. It's the one where you bring your arms at the same time up over your head
Yeah, okay.
and dive into the water with a dolphin kick.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, I wish we had a pool. I would like to see it in action.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing, like, usually I think you probably hear this a lot. A lot of people had their first real experience with competitive swimming when they're watching like the Olympics, and I'm always picturing like Michael Phelps or something. Is he still cool? I can't remember. Is it yours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's really cool.
Yeah, no, he's probably retired now, right? But he was like amazing and dominated those Olympics, and like he did everything. So everybody was like trying to master his form. That one was always interesting. The what'd you call it again? The fly?
100 butterfly.
100 butterfly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 100 fly. That's how you say it. That's the short way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the backstroke? Is actually I always thought that was my hardest thing to do, just recreational swimming, and that's your favorite.
Yeah. I don't know. It was. I guess I'm not really sure. It was always one of the strokes that I was good at when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Huh. What's the key? How do I get better? No.
Making sure your hips stay on the top of the water, and making sure your body rotates while your head stays still.
Wow, that was so specific. I think I got it. Yeah. Hips on top of the water. That's hard. That's why you're sore.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Emily, your favorite? We got these two.
I was put in more sprints, but I actually kind of like long distance.
You love the 500 now?
I wouldn't say the 500. That's a little long. But I found that this season, I was better at long distance, like our swim-a-thon or whatever. But I was mainly put in sprints, which I didn't mind. I was just in and out of the pool, so
Yeah.
not a long time to think. So.
Okay. Very good. So you guys got it all covered. What's the team that we like beating the most in the Cape Ann League? Is there super enjoyment you got?
For the boys.
Wow, Jacob, you jumped at that so quickly.
For the boys, it's absolutely Linfield. Every year for the past 3-4 years, it's been really close. They have a lot of swimmers and some good talent. So, luckily we brought it home and beat them in a lot of events. But overall, they won against us.
Did you see how quickly he jumped at that?
Oh yeah.
Was
Oh,
like-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Linfield's always good though.
Yeah.
Never.
I'm not totally sure if the girls have a specific one, but I do remember our meet against Masco. We like to do a meet against them every year, although they're not in the league anymore. We have a lot of friends on that team. Our meet against Masco this year, we typically do it as a co-ed, and so we swim heats both boys and girls. And that one was actually a really close win. We won by 4 points, so that one was actually a really good win for us because they have a really good team.
Okay, and 4 points is all right. So we should talk about that too, because I think people eventually get interested in this stuff, and then they get confused if I don't ask follow up. So what's the point system with swimming? 4 is a close. How does it
So-
work?
Yeah, so
You're like, oh boy.
We usually don't handle this. It's usually like our coach Rebecca.
Not
She does
totally-
that.
not totally
That's
sure.
why she's coach of the year.
Yeah, coach of the year.
Yeah.
The most amount of points goes to first place, then it kind of tapers down from there, second and third. And then I'm not 100% sure if points go to people in fourth and fifth place, but
So how many teams are at a meet?
it's usually we just do one-on-one, except for the Cape Ann League Open event, which is where we bring all the teams in
Okay.
in our league, and then do one big meet that usually lasts probably the longest, like 4 or 5 hours.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. And what's the average meet?
Average meet is like,
It really depends.
it really does.
It really depends on like the size of the teams and a ton of other factors, like if there's diving or if if there's like we have large teams, it takes longer because sometimes there has to be more heats. So it really just depends. But I would say maybe around 2, maybe 3 hours.
And do you? Yeah, I mean, you're staying to support your teammates the whole time. It's not like your thing is done and then you get out of there and go, get dinner or something.
Yeah.
So that's. I mean, actually, speaking of that, I've always wondered when you're flying through, if you're doing the 500 and you're making your way through the pool and your team's cheering and screaming. Do you guys hear that stuff in the water?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember swimming the 500, and a lot of things that kept me going was people like lined up on the side because I was in the furthest lane, and they were like, my counter was my best friend, so she was going. They were all yelling at me, so that's like a majority what kept me going through it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're a very spirited team. Everybody likes to lift each other up in that sense, and we have a lot of camaraderie.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So that you get that like adrenaline kick then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Having such a nice like swim family there to like support you along your race is always such a good feeling. I'm like one of those people who doesn't always hear it, but the other day when we were at our Cal meet, I was doing the 100-yard freestyle, and I had just come back up out of the water from my dive, and I just heard like a roar of people cheering.
Yeah.
And it's like always such a good feeling, and it gives you such a good adrenaline rush.
Especially when you beat your own times and all your friends are there, and then you realize you just won. And it's
they're all,
pretty great.
They're all excited for you. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be like the most exhilarating moment.
Yes.
So when you say you don't usually hear the crowd, what do you have going through your head? Is it also music?
So it depends on like how far I'm swimming. For fast races and for like sprints, I'm typically thinking of all the little stuff that I have to do. So what I have to do
In the race, not like
in,
your homework.
No, yeah. Like in my race, I'm thinking of like all the small things I have to do. And
I would have guessed that because just the way you described the backstroke, just hips, as you were saying, hips above water, you're saying this, and this, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like it's the same stuff that I review before my race that I'm like, okay, I have to do this and I have to do this, and I have to not breathe when I'm coming off of my wall. I have to keep my head in the water, and I have to take this many strokes before I do this. And
because at the end of the day, it really does come down to those little things in order to drop time, like making sure your turns are perfect, your starts are perfect, your stroke is good. Like and that's really how you get.
It just reminded me of, I always call my dad, he knows I say this to his face, I always say he's like a head case playing golf because he's thinking of too many things. It's not, you guys just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
But in swimming, you probably do have to have all those things going because it's just a constant thing. Whereas golf is just a swing and move on. Interesting. All right. So who is like the morale leader? Is there a person that like gets you guys going in Newburyport?
It's always the captains. I think especially Aubrey and our senior captains Henry and Peyton this past year. They did.
Do you go by Aubrey? Sorry, is that what we should?
My nickname is Aubrey. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'll call
Either
you
one's
Aubrey.
fine.
I'll go with Aubrey. I screwed up your name the first time. Sorry, Jake.
They all just do really a great job keeping everybody going, making sure everybody is enthused. Regardless of what the outcomes are at the races and the meets, it's all about having a good time.
No, that's a good way of thinking about it. You tend to be more successful when you're happy at the pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What has there been, when you're in the water, I've asked you, but you're kind of staying within your head and what you're thinking about, but do you ever adjust your game plan? Like you look, I know you can see your opponent sometimes, right? You ever look to your left and like see somebody ahead of you or?
Yeah.
Oh boy, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
It can really fuel that competitive drive sometimes, especially if you're neck and neck with somebody and you're like, I really want this, and then it just kind of gives you like a little bit more of a push, and sometimes your other plans just kind of go out the window. But
oh yeah, I hear my dad's voice in my head before every meet. He goes, Emily, there's 2 words of the day, and it's swim faster. So I just like, I'm there and I see like one girl like a little bit ahead of me, and I'm just like, you got to move your arms faster, you got to kick faster.
It's way too similar, Dad, to the Finding Nemo. Isn't that like the keep swimming or something?
Yeah, literally.
I think Dad stole that from Finding Nemo. Were you gonna add, Jacob? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, nothing.
No, you had nothing to say. So you do. Does that go the other way sometimes though? If you're, because I know sometimes you gotta like just stick to the game plan. Don't worry what they're doing, because like if you try to get out of your game plan, you lose your form or whatever. Like, I mean, has that happened?
yeah.
So
like,
oftentimes
those are bad moments, Drew. We don't want to talk about
you
those.
really want to keep your body as level to the water as you possibly can, and when you're like looking over your shoulder or looking over like kind of distracted by what's going on around you, it messes that up, and then it's more difficult to glide through the water
Is
as
that
fast as
basic
possible.
swimming 101? You want to keep your body.
For the
How did you just say it? Say that one more time.
Keep your body as level with the top of the water
Level.
as you can. Yeah, it's it's just something you'll learn along the way as soon as if you start.
Yeah.
Is that endurance that would make you not do that? Is that like if you get tired, things start dropping?
You absolutely tend to lose your form when you.
Especially if you're not like kicking enough, your hips can drop in the water, and you're kind of going to be at an angle, and it's creating more drag, and the water's pushing against more of your body.
Huh. Man, you have a good way of explaining things. I can picture it all.
You can really break it down into all these little pieces. It's pretty crazy.
Huh. Okay. I'm going to be thinking about all this the next time I'm swimming in the lake. Again, we're joined here by the swim team. So you guys won let me get it right, the Cal swimming title, the girls did, and a dual meet title, correct?
Yes.
All right. Congratulations. That just happened.
Thank you. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah.
So what was that like?
It was pretty good. I remember I was in the locker room and I was like, guys, I really want to win today. Like, I really want to win again.
Was that the locker room speech? You gave it?
I guess. I know the boys have more of like a ritual before meets.
Apparently they had like some sort of cult pep talk conversation.
We just go
That's
out
how
and
it was
we go out and
explained.
stretch, and they go. And
So it's never together. You guys have your separate.
Well, no,
pep talk?
we do together.
Okay.
It
And what's really interesting
happens.
about swim specifically is each team does a cheer before and after the meet.
Yeah.
So we have a little saying that we'll do, or we'll come up with we have a series of them, and then the other team will do the same. And it just really kicks off the meets and ends them on a great note.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Interesting. So give me more of that pep talk. I like pre-race pep talks.
Yeah, we were all just kind of in there changing. We were like, is the pool going to be really, like, warm, cold? Like, what is that? I'm like, guys, I really want to win. And, the boys, we couldn't find them. I think they were somewhere. And
Boys.
So we went out, and Linfield was right there, and they were stretching, and they were counting really loud. And I'm like, guys, we got to be louder than them. We got to be louder. So us girls, we kind of... They had their whole team. It was just us girls, but we kind of pulled through and made a little dent in how loud it was in there.
Aru was smiling. She was getting excited just as you were saying it.
Those are always like the fun competitive moments because, like Emily said, the Linfield team, they were stretching and they were counting off. Like 1, 2, 3, and so we were like, you know what, we're gonna make this fun because we had to do stretching anyway, so as loud as we possibly could. We started counting, and so then Linfield started counting louder. So it just ended up being who could count the loudest and who could be louder.
Let's
so
get
that's
rowdy.
Always fun.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that was actually our team cheer that we did that day before the meet. It was basically we're like, let's get rowdy, let's be rowdy today, let's be fast.
All right. And did we ever find the boys? Where were you?
We're in the locker room. We were having our own little pep talk. We all huddle up, and then we say, all right, boys, it's time to lock in. Gonna win this. And then, we...
You guys had a good run, too?
Yeah, we had a 4-1-0 title, I believe.
Nice.
Something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, another thing we do is we all get a Sharpie, and we all, like, write on each other. I mean, it doesn't come off, so I still have like ka-chow on my arm and eat our bubbles and all that stuff. So.
Or one of the kids from Pentucket, he's a senior, Joe Turpin. He got everybody on the team, including our coaches, to give him a signature somewhere on his back or something. And he even got kids from the other teams to.
It's just a way of like
get a signature.
Spirit thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I could imagine that he probably
It's
still
like
has
other teams will have eye black, but we just like to write with Sharpie.
Yeah.
Is it an actual Sharpie or is it like a pool Sharpie?
Oh, it's a Sharpie.
It's a Sharpie.
Yeah.
That stays on?
Oh yeah.
For how long?
3 days.
Yeah, I still have my events.
Show it to the camera there. Make sure we get it. There you go.
Yeah, I still have my events on my arm that I was swimming. It doesn't come off like at all, no matter what you do.
Really?
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
Hopefully, probably.
Haven't been wearing t-shirts that much, so.
Yeah, that's true this time of year. Well, that's interesting. What's the what's been the best part of like winning the titles? Is it like just kind of being able to sit back and do stuff like this and talk about it? What a great day, or?
Yeah, I mean, sweatpants, water bottles, the logo on that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you get all the swag.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
right,
like the feeling is like way better than everything else, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you just came out on top better than everybody. How much, like 46 kids, you guys, I'm struggling for numbers, even though Jacob was trying to recruit a little bit earlier. But how would you pitch like swimming to the, maybe like a middle schooler who wants to get involved?
I feel like for me, I quit basketball. So I did basketball for like 12 years, and I came into swim last year totally new to it. I like kind of knew how to swim because we live in Newburyport and the ocean's right there. But my friend and I went in, and I kind of just tried to get all the information I could, and I knew that I wasn't going to be the best, but I feel like swim, especially for me, taught me how to lose sometimes. Because even though I wasn't the best, still not the best, it taught me a lot of lessons, and then those I've seen have gone into other things that I do. So I feel like swim, it's like a great workout. The team's amazing. Coaches are amazing. And then it also just teaches you so many things.
Yeah. You think it's made you a better person?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I know that it's definitely taught me time management.
Interesting.
Because after swimming for like 10 plus years, I've always had to like stick to a strict schedule and like make sure, okay, I got to get my homework done before I go to practice.
Right,
so
right.
it's definitely helped me manage time a lot better.
Huh. Yeah. You said, Jacob, you said absolutely. You like the scheduling idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to plan around a lot of stuff. But if people are considering joining, I say just do it. Don't have second guesses.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a great time, and we'll teach you everything that you really need to know.
It is I've taught to past Clippers that have come in here, and every member of swim teams I've ever seen has always said like that's what they love about it most. It's just there is like camaraderie, and I think sometimes people have that idea that I said a lot of it's individual and maybe but I think sometimes people miss that it is such a team aspect, just like basketball or any other sport.
It was like, you look back on like, yes, there's the swimming part of it, but then there's like the team part. Like everybody has like different rituals with each other. Like one of my friends on the team always has to cap me before, like put on my swim cap before like any meet or practice. But then we're all there for each other like all the time, no matter like, we're especially there like if somebody wins, like sets a new record or something, but then we're really there if somebody loses to be like, it's okay, like you'll get it next time, whatever.
Yeah.
Huh. You guys setting records too? Who set records?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we are 400.
Oh no, you have.
Sorry, not yet.
So close.
But you have, yeah.
Yeah, we at the Cape Ann League Open event, which was the championship event, with our boys 400 freestyle relay set the Cape Ann League record and beat it by 3 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So that was a pretty big success, and now we're moving on to go swim it again at sectionals.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's been quite a few team records too that have been broken on the boys' side.
Yeah.
The girls' side's a little harder.
Yeah.
Because the who had the times, Maggie Summit, she's incredibly fast. I think she's qualified for Olympic trials.
Oh,
so
wow.
She has really fast times. I'm like a milliseconds away from her time on the 100-yard backstroke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Close.
So I'm super
That
close.
backstroke
You'll get it.
thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it.
Like, do you know when you're that close? Like, is there a moment when you've done it and for instance, whatever that run was, is there like a moment when you're like, were you perfect, or was there like, I could have made up time there?
There's a lot of the times there can be moments like that
Yeah.
where it's just like, I should have done this, but in the moment sometimes you're thinking of so many other things that it just kind of slips your mind.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's probably the trick, right? How consistent can you be throughout the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the turning in the pools, because that's always a fun thing we talk about, like during the Olympics and stuff. Give me the very basic rule of thumb on that.
So for free, and for backstroke, half of it you have a flip turn.
Yep.
Where it's like you kind of swim in, you do a somersault, and you kick off the wall on your back. And for free, then you flip over and keep swimming for back. You just come up.
Okay.
Definitely hard, especially if you're taller. I know that a couple times, especially last year, I would go and like overestimate. I would like hit my head on the bottom of the pool, but it's
Hit
once
your
you
head
get
on the
it, it can
bottom.
really help.
That sounds very unpleasant.
It was, but
Yeah.
once you get it, it can really help
What
how
do
fast you are.
Did you keep going, or did you come up and you?
Oh, you have to keep going.
Well,
I just.
yeah.
It happened in a meet.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it happened in a
Yeah.
meet, and I just was there was a video of it. I was like really fast down, then coming back, I was a little slower, but.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes if you miss the wall, if you flip turn and you like you're not as close as you think you are and you completely miss the wall, it can really slow you down. So I also think it just helps. It gives you normally like that slight second of rest, but sometimes if you're really good at if you have really strong underwaters where you're doing dolphin kicks off the wall and you have a really strong push, it can really help you get a lead too.
So what
Yeah.
exactly? I know we're probably overlapping a little bit. What exactly is a dolphin kick?
So dolphin kick is kind of like the up and down motion where you're like your legs are together and you're kicking up and down, kind of like a dolphin.
Dolphin. Yeah, you said
Yeah,
dolphin,
dolphin,
right? Okay.
Dolphin.
So that's what you were referring to earlier when you said dolphin.
Dolphin kicks, yeah.
Dolphin kicks. Okay. I like that visual. Very good. And when, who would have thought you needed concussion protocol in the pool?
I know, right?
There'd be a spotter out there.
Usually walls and flip turns are definitely where we see people drop the most amount of time, like Aubrey was saying. But then there's another kind of turn for butterfly and breaststroke, which is an open turn. You pretty much just hit the wall with your 2 hands, pull yourself back, and then go back underwater, and then dive away from there and continue your stroke.
Okay.
That one's also one that can be hard to mess up with.
Sounds easier.
Yeah.
Well, in some cases it can be because you're able to take a breath.
Yeah.
But other ways, if you pull yourself up too high, sometimes it'll slow you down. Or if you don't touch with both of your hands, you'll get disqualified from the race.
I bet you've seen that happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely happened to me before.
Does it happen to everybody? Is that kind of how it goes?
Yeah, after
at
a
one
while,
point or
usually,
another.
Yeah.
What about, is there like false start issues? I mean, I'm sure you're being watched fairly closely, but like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It happens all the time, especially if like somebody's flinching on the block. I've done that before. Very recently, I was concentrating a little too, like I was concentrating so hard that I flinched. It was the tiniest flinch, but
Yeah.
I ended up getting disqualified from it. Or
Wait, so that's like a false start penalty and you get disqualified? Oh.
Yeah, if you try to build up momentum on the diving block before you go in, if you like swing back and forth or flinch or something, then they'll call it and be like, oh, that was a false start.
Really?
or if you'll
Yeah,
even go
yeah.
too early.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so what are you thinking about on the block? Is it relaxation? Like, just gonna settle in for a second? Like,
Probably getting into the water as soon right as they blow the whistle or
Yeah, I know that's
the
definitely
event
what I'm
starts.
thinking about. I'm kind of like I'm kind of trying to concentrate on what my body's supposed to do to get me into the water the fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also focus on where my goggles are because I feel like one of the biggest fears is making sure your goggles and cap don't come off. So right before you'll see me like pulling my strings so tight.
Me
Like
too, yeah, definitely.
I hate when my goggles come off. It's the worst.
do they come off a lot?
They used to. I had like a different cord on it or like whatever. It was plastic, so it was slip easily. But then Kelly, our assistant coach, gave me one of the bungee cords, so that really helped. So it didn't come off as often.
Coach of the year staff. So you put the goggles on, you're on the block, and then all you're thinking about is these.
Oh yeah, I'll like step up, like push them in, and then I'm just
You
like
will too?
focused on getting in the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's gonna be like, because I know what I would be doing. I'd be trying to like anticipate when is it a whistle?
Sometimes it's a whistle. Sometimes it's like a buzzer or like a machine beep.
Okay.
It's
Whatever that is, I feel like I'd be trying to anticipate it. So, but
Yeah.
you can't be doing that though. It's reaction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes the more you are listening for it, the more you're anticipating it,
Yeah.
the more that it can slow you down.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes just trying to focus on something else,
So
it kind of helps when it sounds off because then you're like, oh, I gotta go.
you almost gotta clear your head of swimming for a second. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I know I try and take a few like last second deep breaths before I actually push off. Just be like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
So when we're watching you, you'll be breathing heavily. Wow, very interesting stuff. All right, so we got Aubrey, Emily, and Jacob here, swimmers here in Newburyport. All know Newburyport High.
Yes.
And you're also playing with the swimming with the Pentucket kids and the Triton kids. Is that weird? Because Triton's a rival in so many sports.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially at school, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Triton swimming." And it's like, no, we promise we're
We're good.
we
We're
want to.
friends.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Yeah, I think before
But-
the Cal, there was a hockey game, Newburyport versus Triton, and some stuff went down. So we were kind of in the locker room, at least the girls, and we were like,
Okay.
"We beat you. Like, sorry that we did that, but
Yeah.
I was at that hockey game and confirmed. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I just know it is, especially in hockey. It's a big rivalry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously not in the swimming locker room. Maybe you can all be the peacemakers there. There you go. Not all Triton people are bad people. That's funny. All right. So we should do rapid fire with you guys actually, because you have not been on the show before. So this is fun. You're all nervous
All right.
now, right? No, don't be nervous. Random questions, but they're nice and easy. Let's go. I want to go left to right. Can you take the first one?
Yeah,
It's the
go,
tough.
have you
It's the
go.
tough seat, but
Yeah,
so we'll just go
sure.
down the line. You got to answer first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. Favorite class in school?
Ooh. Anything science.
I'd say math.
Say history right now.
History now. All right. Favorite food?
Ooh. Well, I love classic mashed potatoes, but any sort of Asian food. I love sushi and dumplings and
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm with sushi, but right now I really like tacos right now. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go with a Rice Krispie treat. I ate one before my meet and then dropped a second, so that was,
Yeah,
it was
dropped
worth
it.
it.
I was
Gotta
gonna
do
say.
it now.
I was gonna say they put that in the swimmer's meal guide there. You have
They
Rice
should,
Krispie
yeah,
treats.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you dropped a second, meaning you improved a second.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I took that the other way. Like, why'd I do that? Okay, so
Oh,
you did
no.
better.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm
It's
not
good.
sure those two are connected,
Yeah.
but
Good, quick little boost.
Yeah.
okay. Favorite pump up song before we meet?
it really depends on what my favorite song is right now. That's like a good motivational song. Just anything with like a good fast beat, like something that I could dance to and just feel good.
She's not going to come up with one, is she?
No. I can't believe I'm in this. The Rio soundtrack, especially Real in Rio or Hot Wings.
Okay.
It's a kids movie, but is the best soundtrack I've ever heard.
Wow.
That
All
does
right.
have a really good soundtrack.
Yeah, it's
Are you seconding that? Are you taking that one, Aubrey? All right. There,
yeah.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go with Freebird. A lot of the boys listen to it before me. It's really good.
That's like the boy song.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
you guys are close to the Freebird. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the Freebird, everybody knows, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Taylor Swift. You guys sing a lot of that.
Ah,
After a win.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
What's the Taylor Swift song after a win?
I don't know. Usually her new album. If
The
we
new
get-
album.
Yeah.
All of it. Okay.
Whatever we can do, we
Yeah.
cue it up on the bus. But yeah, Freebird for sure.
Yeah,
a
you
lot
can
of-
always hear Taylor Swift playing. There's a lot of Swifties on the team.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So there's a good chance you're gonna hear Taylor Swift on the bus if you're going
Yeah.
to a meet.
Yeah.
What have you? Any of you seen Taylor Swift? Is this like?
No.
Well, it's, you guys are in that weird like coming out of COVID thing though. so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a few friends who we know are going to her concert, but
Oh yeah. Did they pay
Yeah.
millions?
Probably.
Luckily,
Probably
they got
together.
the early access. Yeah, probably
Probably together.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they were crazy. What a story that was.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Who gets to pick the music on the bus?
Whoever's
Whoever's
the
the
speaker.
speaker.
Whoever-
All right, so that's
Yeah.
not a rapid fire question. We'll just all answer together. Yeah,
Sorry.
same answer. No, it's fine. It's funny. All in three-part harmony. All right, go back. Favorite sport other than swimming?
I like watching football. There's not many other sports that I like to play. I like watching football. Always love watching diving. For me, it's just super cool, that and
Okay.
gymnastics.
Gymnastic. Okay.
Yeah, I would say basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
Yeah, I'd say lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I was going to ask too about. Do you play any other waters? Like, does swimming lead you to other sports? Or just like, do you ever like? Is there a water polo league or something?
No,
yeah.
I think Jacob tried to start a water polo.
We tried to get a water polo club up and running with Pentucket. We have a few kids on our team. Sometimes we'll play if we finish a practice or a set early.
Okay.
We'll get a game going, but that didn't really work out because there's a
Yeah.
lot of other sports going on in the fall and in the spring. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Playing
it's
water
super
polo.
fun. Yeah.
Favorite
Yeah.
activity.
Yeah.
I
Water,
think.
water polo is?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that some people
definitely.
would rather come to swim practice to do water polo than actually swim.
Do you always
Yeah.
play water polo? Is it like a big part of practice?
No.
It's like a treat. Like Rebecca
Yeah.
will be
it's
like,
it's whenever we can,
Yeah.
really. But water polo definitely gets really competitive.
Yeah.
It's always
Absolutely.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
all out.
Yeah.
I love
it.
it.
No, I do love water polo.
I already know Jacob's answer. I'll still do. I always ask it. What's the best win for you two? One team maybe, or one just? Was there a win over the years that like you're specifically proud about?
I know for me, it was actually last year at Cal's. It was the first time that I swam under 1 minute in my 100-yard backstroke, and this was a goal that I'd been working towards for 2 to 3 years.
Nice.
And I was really, really pushing for it, and I didn't realize at first that it was like that I had gotten that goal because I had looked at the wrong time on the scoreboard.
Oh, you didn't even know you did it.
No, because I had looked at the wrong time, and I heard everybody cheering, and my mom was a timer, and I heard her cheering, and then I had to do like a double take, and I looked back, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was like in that moment everything kind of drowned out for a second, and then when I focused back and realized like, I did it. I could hear all of my teammates cheering and my coach cheering, and everybody was just like,
Yeah.
I loved having my teammates alongside me for that.
Was your first thought, man, I thought I did better than that?
Yeah, I was like, I really wish, I was like, I really thought I could do it this time. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's two parts. Like, I definitely love watching, like, other people. Like, I'll be, like, cheering at the end of the lane. I'll see, like, it was a really close, and then, like, our team won or somebody beat their time. I love that. But I think that at Cal's last year, I went up and I was a little nervous, so I started talking to the girl next to me who was in my heat, and we ended up tying exact time.
Yeah.
And so it was just, like, kind of cool event, so we became friends, and it was just
Hey, we tied. We're meant to be together. Yeah.
so it was just like all these moments. But I feel like for me, it's like I like watching other people, and it's like I get to be the one who runs up to them and it's like, you got your time, you got like a new time.
You get the Teammate of the Year award. Good for you.
Thanks.
You're like the best. Good answer. And you're Linfield. We've been there. Linfield's your, what? You got another moment you like that sticks with you?
Yeah, I'd have to say this year at Cal's, I recently made my first individual states cut, which means I
congrats.
qualified to go to the highest kind of level meet in MIAA swimming. So that was pretty exciting in
I
the
would think
50 freestyle and the 100 freestyle. And I really don't think I could have done it without the support of my coaches and my teammates, and especially captains.
Oh, you guys seem like a
Aw,
super
Jacob.
like close team. This is good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really all good friends.
It's really like a family. It's our
Swim family. You said that earlier. Yeah.
It's our swim family.
I caught that. I thought that was cute. Very good. Swim family. This is our swim family. Do you do like? I would imagine like is a pasta party not good for swimmers there, or is it good?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Of course it's good.
Yeah.
So you do did you guys do that just like the other teams? Are there still a thing? Yeah.
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 We actually had one on Friday night, the Friday night before Cal's.
Oh, okay.
And it's just kind of like a pasta potluck. Everybody makes some pasta and brings some pasta.
Back to rapid fire. Who makes the best pasta? You first.
Ooh. I have to go with my mom or aunt or
Yeah.
my
Kept in the family.
Yeah.
Smart play.
or just yeah.
Yeah, Coach's tortellini last year was really good that I had.
Oh,
Coach
yeah.
Rebecca, Coach of the Year award again. But then this year, I don't know who made it, but it was like a chicken broccoli pasta thing. It was amazing.
Oh.
I like.
Anybody know who made it?
I don't think
Not
I have
sure.
that
We
one.
kind of just show up and all the food's right there, and we're like.
Yeah. I wonder who it was. We need to get an answer. Who made the chicken broccoli ziti? Did you say chicken broccoli ziti?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my mom. I think that's pasta. Although she didn't for this specific pasta dinner, but
Okay.
she has in the past. Yeah.
When what do you guys like pick a house to go to, or are you guys going out to restaurants or?
We sometimes somebody will host, but this year we had it at the church by the YW.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And
We'll rent a
it won
space.
you some big prizes, so keep that routine going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One other rapid fire I wanted to ask. I like sometimes name dropping teachers because teachers is a tough job. Favorite teacher at the school?
That's really hard.
I know.
My last year's chemistry teacher, Miss Taggart.
Oh, went back a year. I like that.
I had such a good time in her class, and I would love to have her as a teacher again. But there's so many good teachers at our school.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of a tie, but I think Miss Farmer. I had her sophomore, and then I have her this year again, and then last year I went to her, but she's been there for a lot for me, and she's just always there for me.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I'd say Miss Farmer is probably for similar reasons, but I've definitely learned the most in history with Mr. Sturma.
Okay.
He teaches a lot of the other AP classes too, so his honor classes tend to be.
Smart man, Jacob. You got
rigorous.
2 teachers in. Good for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, guys, congratulations. This has been fun. Aubrey, Emily, Jacob, the great swim team, swimmers from Newburyport here, and the Cal swimming title and a dual meet title for you girls just the other night. And Jacob's been talking about all the other stuff. What a season, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
It really has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably remember this one forever.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll end with this one. You can treat it like a rapid fire if you want, but I like this. What would you tell what is your best sometimes I say it as like career advice, but I really mean like high school advice, like to the elementary school kid or the middle school kid. Like what would you tell them the best way to be successful?
Just classic. Don't give up and believe in yourself. Because sometimes the hardest thing about being a high school student or a high school athlete is the mental aspect. I know that for me, being a high school athlete, sometimes having both the student part and the swimmer part can be really hard.
Yeah.
But just, you have to keep that belief in yourself and you can't give up.
Wow.
Because someday it'll push through.
At anything you do. Yeah, good answer.
Yeah. I would say don't be afraid to try something new.
From somebody who
Yeah,
just jumped
yeah.
into the
I
pool
mean,
from basketball.
It
yeah.
was really hard to quit basketball because that's all I knew for like 12 years. But I definitely think if I didn't, I wouldn't have found swim.
Yeah.
And so just don't be afraid to try something new because you can like make so many new like connections, memories, experiences from it.
You know what I like real quickly on that answer too? I remember because I used to do that too. I was one of those kids that like didn't know what winter sport he was playing. Like I was juggling as a kid. I did basketball and hockey, and I kind of like didn't get good at like either one of them. So basically, so then I remember thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, I'll just take the winter off. I remember doing that one winter, and I was like disappointed in myself because I was like, I really should have like jumped into something. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It kind of just, I don't know. I mean, I'm done fine. If you make use of your time and you take a winter off or whatever, that's all good too. But the idea of like trying something new, I think I was always upset that I didn't try something new that winter.
Yeah.
And I'm 36 and it stuck with me. See, so take that for what you will out there, kids. Sorry, Jacob.
Yeah, I'd say all good advice. Definitely try something new and stick with it. And in the long run, your hard work will definitely pay off.
Man, did it pay off for you guys? What a
Absolutely.
What a season. What do you do now? Do you keep swimming?
Those two do.
You keep
Yeah,
going. Now,
I just
yeah?
wait for the banquet.
You're just there for the pasta parties now.
I know. I'm just waiting for the banquet, waiting for. We're all so close, so we're all like planning to go. I'm a senior, so we're all trying to go to each other's graduations,
Yeah.
see each other as much as possible. But those two got sectional states.
Yeah, we have another two weeks of swimming left, and then the season closes, and we're into spring sports. But
All right.
I mean, after high school season ends, I go back to my club team.
Yep. Princeton. No. All right. Well, very cool, guys. Good luck to you guys, and enjoy that. Can we get chicken broccoli ziti at the thing?
Yes,
I think
please,
Absolutely,
You should make
yeah.
a formal request for chicken broccoli
Yeah.
ziti. I think, to end everything here. That'll be great. Again, Aubrey, Emily, Jacob, thank you guys. Big thanks to the two Sarahs, Sarah Hayden and Sarah Blackstone, who I have turned an already busy day into a super busy day for her today. They've had stuff earlier today before I got here. They have a basketball game to cover tonight. I know Sarah Blackstone is in charge of like the cameras and a new play-by-play team for tonight, and she's running around while monitoring this show as well. So thank you to both Sarahs, especially Sarah Blackstone today, as I continue to make her life difficult on a daily basis. Thank you guys. A pleasure to meet you, and we'll see you again.
Yeah, thank you for having
Absolutely.
us.
All right, very good. Live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. We'll see everybody next time, all right? Peace.